What if some of the most useful plants for everyday wellness were already sitting in your kitchen, growing in a backyard, or waiting on a grocery store shelf for only a few dollars? For centuries, people used herbs, flowers, roots, and bulbs to support sleep, digestion, comfort, and recovery. Modern research now allows us to separate useful tradition from exaggerated claims. In this countdown, we are looking at 10 familiar plants with some of the most interesting evidence behind them. This is not a list of miracle cures, and no herb should replace necessary medical care. Instead, you will learn where the evidence is strongest, where it remains limited, and how each plant can be used more intelligently. Stay to the end, because number 1 is probably already in your kitchen, and its chemistry changes the moment you chop or crush it. Let's begin with number 10. Number 10. Lavender, the purple flower that may help quiet a restless mind. Lavender is instantly recognizable. Its violet flower spikes and clean floral aroma appear in gardens, soaps, candles, and photographs of the Mediterranean. Because the scent is so familiar, many people think of lavender only as a fragrance. Its original reputation, however, was closely tied to relaxation and sleep. For generations, dried flowers were placed near beds, added to baths, and prepared as mild herbal infusions. Modern studies have focused mainly on 2 forms: a standardized oral lavender oil preparation and inhaled lavender aroma. The oral product studied in clinical trials is known as siloxane. In adults with anxiety disorders, it has produced meaningful reductions in symptoms compared with placebo. That finding applies to a carefully manufactured product with a defined dose, not to ordinary essential oil from a fragrance bottle. Lavender aroma has also been studied as part of a bedtime routine. Some trials suggest it can improve perceived sleep quality and help people feel calmer, although it does not consistently increase total sleep time. Its value may be less about forcing sleep and more about helping the nervous system shift into a quieter state. For practical use, food-grade dried lavender can be prepared as a mild tea or placed in a sachet near the bed. Essential oil should be diluted before skin contact and should not be swallowed casually. Lavender is not a cure for chronic anxiety or insomnia, but as a gentle support for relaxation, it has more evidence behind it than its decorative reputation suggests. Number 9. Rosemary, the kitchen herb linked with alertness and memory. Rosemary is easy to overlook. Its needle-shaped leaves and pine-like aroma are familiar in roasted potatoes, breads, soups, and grilled vegetables. Yet long before it became a common seasoning, rosemary was associated with remembrance and concentration. Small human studies have found that exposure to rosemary aroma may influence performance on certain memory and attention tasks. One compound, 1,8-cineol, has been detected in the blood after inhalation and linked with aspects of cognitive performance. These findings are intriguing, but they do not prove that rosemary prevents dementia or produces lasting memory improvement. Rosemary also contains rosmarinic acid, carnosic acid, and carnosol, plant compounds with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity in laboratory research. The evidence in humans is less developed, so the most sensible use remains the simplest one. Include fresh or dried rosemary in meals. Food-grade rosemary can also be steeped as a mild tea. Concentrated essential oil is a different product and should not be swallowed or applied undiluted. Rosemary may not be a miracle herb for the brain, but its aroma, culinary value, and active compounds make it far more interesting than an ordinary jar in the spice cabinet. Number 8. Chamomile, the familiar bedtime flower with real calming chemistry. Chamomile has become so closely associated with comfort that many people assume its effects are mostly psychological. But the small white flower contains a pigeonin, a flavonoid that interacts with signaling systems involved in calmness and sleep. Clinical trials using standardized chamomile extract have reported modest reductions in symptoms among adults with generalized anxiety disorder. The improvement was not dramatic, and a capsule used in research is not equivalent to a weak cup of tea. Still, the results suggest that chamomile's calming reputation is not based on tradition alone. Sleep research is more mixed. Some studies report better perceived sleep quality or fewer nighttime awakenings, while others find little change in total sleep time or the time required to fall asleep. Chamomile may work best as part of a consistent evening ritual rather than as a powerful sedative. A warm cup of food-grade chamomile tea can help create a predictable signal that the day is ending. That routine, dim lights, less screen time, slower breathing, and a calming drink may matter as much as the herb itself. People allergic to ragweed, daisies, chrysanthemums, or related plants should be cautious because cross-reactions can occur. Concentrated supplements also deserve extra care during pregnancy or when medications are involved. Chamomile's strength is subtle. It may not knock you out, but it can support the kind of calm environment in which better sleep becomes easier. For more practical, evidence-based guidance on foods, herbs, and healthy aging, subscribe to Roots of Wellness. Number 7. Peppermint. The cooling herb whose strongest evidence begins in the digestive tract. Peppermint appears everywhere. Toothpaste, chewing gum, tea, candy, and cold remedies. Its cooling sensation comes mainly from menthol, which activates cold-sensitive receptors in the mouth, skin, and nasal passages. The most convincing research involves irritable bowel syndrome. Enteric-coated peppermint oil capsules are designed to pass through the stomach before releasing the oil in the intestine. There, peppermint can relax smooth muscle and reduce the spasms that contribute to cramping and abdominal pain. Multiple reviews suggest that this specific form can improve overall IBS symptoms in some adults. Peppermint has also been studied for tension-type headaches. In controlled research, a properly prepared topical solution applied to the forehead and temples reduced pain. The key phrase is properly prepared. Concentrated essential oil can irritate the skin and must be kept away from the eyes. Menthol can also make a blocked nose feel more open. Interestingly, that cooling sensation does not always mean the physical obstruction has changed. You may feel as though airflow has improved even when nasal resistance remains nearly the same. Peppermint tea can be comforting after a meal, but it is not equivalent to the measured capsules or topical formulas used in trials. Peppermint may also worsen heartburn or reflux in some people. Its real value comes from matching the right preparation to the right problem, not assuming every peppermint product works the same way. Number 6. Elderberry. The dark winter fruit with promising research and an oversized reputation. For generations, European elderberries were cooked into syrups, preserves, and seasonal drinks. Their deep purple color comes from anthocyanins, pigments with antioxidant activity. Today, elderberry is widely marketed as a cold and flu remedy. One small clinical trial reported that people with influenza-like illness experienced symptom relief several days sooner after taking a particular elderberry syrup. That result led to the popular claim that elderberry can shorten the flu by 4 days. The broader evidence is much less certain. Reviews have found only a small number of randomized trials, many using different products and involving relatively few participants. Some results are encouraging, while others show no meaningful reduction in illness duration. Elderberry should therefore be viewed as a potentially helpful supplement, not a proven flu treatment. It should not replace vaccination, medical evaluation, or antiviral medication when those are appropriate. Preparation also matters. Raw or unripe berries, leaves, and stems can contain compounds that may cause nausea, vomiting, and severe diarrhea. Proper cooking reduces this risk, while homemade products can vary considerably. Elderberry remains worth studying, but its honest story is more useful than the exaggerated one. Early findings are promising, yet stronger evidence is still needed. Number 5. Aloe vera, the windowsill plant with its clearest role on the skin. Aloe vera stores 2 very different substances inside its thick leaves. The clear inner gel is the part commonly applied to the skin. The yellow layer closer to the rind contains aloe latex, which carries a very different safety profile. Topical aloe gel has been studied for minor burns and several types of wounds. Some trials suggest that certain preparations may shorten healing time in first or second-degree burns, while other reviews find the evidence inconsistent. Product quality, burn severity, and the comparison treatment all affect the result. For a small superficial burn, the first step is cool running water, not ice. After the area has cooled, a commercially prepared aloe gel may provide a soothing layer if the skin is intact and the product does not cause irritation. Deep burns, large burns, chemical or electrical injuries, infected wounds, or burns involving sensitive areas need medical attention. Aloe is not enough for those situations. The greatest misunderstanding involves oral use. Aloe latex can cause cramping and severe diarrhea and has been linked with more serious harms. It should not be promoted as a daily cleanse or casual digestive remedy. Aloe's best supported role is simple. A prepared topical gel may soothe and support the healing of some minor skin injuries. Number 4. Turmeric, the golden spice whose reputation has grown faster than the evidence. Turmeric gives curry its yellow-orange color and has a long history in South Asian food and traditional medicine. Its best-known compound, curcumin, can influence several inflammatory pathways in laboratory studies. The clearest human evidence involves knee osteoarthritis. Reviews of randomized trials suggest that concentrated turmeric or curcumin extracts may reduce pain and improve physical function in some people. The studies, however, use different formulas, doses, and treatment periods, so the results do not apply equally to every supplement or to the amount used in cooking. Curcumin is also difficult for the body to absorb. Piperine, a compound in black pepper, can increase its bioavailability under specific experimental conditions. That finding is often exaggerated into the claim that a pinch of pepper transforms turmeric into a powerful medicine. Real absorption depends on dose, formula, food, and individual metabolism. Turmeric remains an excellent culinary spice. Using it regularly in meals is very different from taking a high-dose extract. Concentrated products can cause digestive discomfort, interact with medications, and in some enhanced absorption formulas have been linked with liver injury. Turmeric deserves attention, not miracle status. Its strongest current role is as a flavorful food with promising but still developing clinical evidence. Number 3. Echinacea, the North American flower with inconsistent cold-fighting results. Echinacea, often called purple coneflower, is native to North America and now grows in gardens around the world. Different indigenous communities use different echinacea species and plant parts for pain, wounds, and respiratory complaints. Modern supplement marketing later compressed that complex history into one simple promise. Take echinacea when a cold begins. Research has not produced one clear answer. Some trials report modest reductions in cold symptoms or illness duration, while others find no meaningful benefit. Major reviews conclude that certain preparations might help slightly, but echinacea has not been convincingly proven to treat the common cold. One reason is that echinacea is not a single uniform product. Supplements may contain different species, roots, flowering tops, pressed juice, powders, or alcohol extracts. Their levels of alkylamides, polysaccharides, and other compounds can vary greatly. Echinacea should also not be presented as a proven influenza treatment. A cold and the flu are different illnesses, and worsening symptoms require appropriate medical attention. Short-term use is tolerated by many adults, but allergic reactions are possible, especially in people sensitive to ragweed, daisies, or chrysanthemums. Medicines that affect immune function can also complicate supplement use. The practical conclusion is simple. A well-made echinacea product may offer a small benefit for some people, but results are inconsistent and product quality matters. Number 2. Ginger, the familiar root with some of the strongest evidence on this list for nausea. Ginger has been used in food and traditional remedies across Asia, the Middle East, and Europe for centuries. Its warm flavor comes partly from gingerols and shogalls, compounds studied for effects on nausea signaling, digestion, and inflammation. The most consistent evidence involves nausea and vomiting during pregnancy. Reviews suggest that ginger can reduce mild to moderate nausea for some women, although severe vomiting or dehydration requires medical care. Research on postoperative nausea is encouraging but less consistent. Ginger may reduce nausea severity in some cases, but effects on vomiting and the need for rescue medication are less clear. Studies involving chemotherapy also produce mixed results. In that setting, ginger should only be considered an addition to standard anti-nausea treatment, not a replacement. Ginger may also help food move through the stomach more efficiently, which could explain its traditional use for fullness, bloating, and mild indigestion. Research on osteoarthritis and muscle soreness suggests possible modest benefits, but the evidence is not as strong as it is for nausea. The easiest option is culinary ginger or a simple tea made by steeping fresh slices in hot water. Concentrated supplements can cause heartburn, stomach discomfort, or diarrhea and may interact with medications. Ginger has earned its reputation not because it beats every drug, but because it may provide useful support for specific types of nausea. Number 1. Garlic, the ordinary kitchen bulb whose chemistry changes the moment you crush it. Garlic is chopped into sauces, roasted with vegetables, stirred into soups, and used in cuisines across the world. Yet this familiar ingredient is also one of the most intensively studied culinary plants. Inside an intact clove, a compound called alliin is stored separately from an enzyme called alliinase. Cutting or crushing the clove brings them together and rapidly forms allicin, the unstable sulfur compound responsible for much of fresh garlic's sharp aroma. Allicin and related compounds can inhibit certain bacteria and fungi in laboratory experiments. That does not make raw garlic a safe treatment for infection. Eating garlic should never replace prescribed antibiotics, and applying crushed garlic directly to the skin can cause serious irritation or chemical burns. Garlic's strongest clinical evidence involves cardiovascular risk factors. Reviews of randomized trials suggest that certain supplements, especially aged garlic extract, may produce modest reductions in blood pressure in some people with hypertension. Other analyses report small improvements in total or LDL cholesterol, although results vary by preparation dose and treatment period. These measured extracts are not the same as adding 1 extra clove to dinner, and garlic cannot replace blood pressure or cholesterol medication. Claims about immunity are less convincing. One small trial reported fewer colds among people taking an allicin-containing supplement, but researchers have found too little high-quality evidence to say garlic reliably prevents or treats the common cold. Observational studies have also linked higher intake of garlic and other allium vegetables with lower rates of certain digestive cancers. Those patterns are interesting, but they do not prove that garlic itself prevented cancer. Diet, lifestyle, and many other factors may influence the results. In the kitchen, chopping or crushing garlic before cooking allows the alliinase reaction to begin. Letting it rest briefly before heating may preserve more allicin-producing activity, although the final amount varies greatly. Food amounts are generally well tolerated. Concentrated supplements can cause digestive discomfort and may increase bleeding risk, especially around surgery or when combined with anticoagulant or antiplatelet medicines. Garlic earns the top position not as a miracle cure, but as a remarkable example of active chemistry hidden inside an everyday food. These 10 plants teach one important lesson. Familiar foods and herbs can contain useful compounds, but natural does not automatically mean safe, effective, or appropriate for everyone. Some have stronger evidence for specific uses, such as ginger for certain types of nausea or enteric-coated peppermint oil for IBS. Others, including elderberry and echinacea, remain promising but uncertain. The smartest approach is to match the right plant, preparation, and expectation to the right situation. Which plant surprised you most, and which one do you already use in your kitchen? Share your answer below. For more evidence-based guidance on foods, herbs, and healthy aging like this video, subscribe to Roots of Wellness and turn on notifications. Sometimes the most useful health knowledge begins with something ordinary enough to overlook.